Yo, what's going on, man? It's your man Lincoln Blache, and you're not rocking with Royalty Radio. You can check me out on www.lincolnblache.com, alright? Peace.
RoyaltyRadio.ca.
What's Dylan, man? But we got. He's not a stranger. He's been here, but it's been so long that we have to reintroduce him.
Oh man,
he's like a new man. He's like a new man, you know. We got Lincoln.
Yo, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. We're still making it to it. How have you been?
I've been good, man. Working really hard, you know.
For sure.
Hold on, before we start, is it Lincoln or Lincoln Blache?
Sorry, it's Lincoln Blache.
Blache.
Yeah, so you gotta, you know, I slapped the accent on the
Of course, you know, a lot of people knew you from the foundation times and everything like that. But you know, for those who don't know you, let's start from where you from?
I'm from Mississauga.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from right here, where, you know.
That's where the majority of the stars are, you know?
I think so.
You have to be in Mississauga.
I think so. I'm actually really proud of Mississauga right now.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
It's going down.
We're doing it big for sure. Now, of course, you know, you started out, you got into the music, you were in foundation, doing your thing there. Yeah. And of course, some way, somehow that ended up going on. Now, what happened? What happened with that whole
honestly, just growth, man. You know what I mean? Like, when I was with Foundation, I was like 15, right. You know, and we did some wonderful things with each other. And it just so happened that, you know, as you grow older, you just want to do different things and go in a different direction. And it was nothing like too crazy. Everyone asked me like, yo, what happened with Foundation? Like, you're not messing with Sterling or Juice. And it's not even really like that. It just came to the point where like I was growing up and maturing, and I wanted to go a different direction with my career. And I just, you know, felt that it was time for me to kind of leave. And, you know, I see Juice on a regular basis. Like, I've been seeing the studio later on tonight. You know, it just is what it is.
Yeah. Right. Most definitely. Now, in terms of hip hop, was it something that you got tired of? Was it something? Explain that whole thing.
Honestly, man, it wasn't even that. Like, you know, when like you're young and you're doing music, you kind of just do everything that everyone else is doing. Because as a rapper, you want to be like the next Jay-Z, or you want to be like the next Kanye. And you know, I felt like I was trying to be someone that I really wasn't. You know what I mean? I kind of took some time off, and this producer came down by the name of Alibi from Edmonton, came down to Toronto, and he's like, yo, dude, I need to find you the sound. And this huge mixtape came out. I'm not going to name what mixtape it was, but I listened to it and I was like, wow, like the whole music I got was great. So we scrapped like literally everything, and I started from scratch, and we started creating a sound, and more as I got into it, it started to kind of turn into rock, you know, so we kind of ran with it like that.
What type of sound was it that started to create? Of course it was rock.
I wanted to, like, initially what I wanted to do was just upgrade hip hop. Okay. You know what I mean? Like that's what I sought out to do. You know, I wanted to take the music that I thought was really stagnant and repetitive and just take it to a whole nother level. And I thought just like by adding live instruments to the music, it kind of did that. You know what I mean? So that was my initial goal. You know.
Right. Now, of course, from your times from Foundation up to the point in time at which you're at right now, how have you seen yourself mature in that sense?
Oh man, in a lot of ways. You know, I grew the beard. I got older. A lot, man. Like just this maturity. Like I did a lot of shows, and I got to see, you know, Canada, the States. I got to open for some really great people, and you know, like I learned a lot. You know what I mean? Like right now, I'm really comfortable in what I'm doing. So,
yeah, it shows. Like you have a certain indie rock swag going on. Is that authentic? Do you listen to indie rock, or is this something you're kind of just doing to?
Well, like what people don't really know is like I'm an American Apparel kid. So before when I was with Foundation, like I worked in American Apparel. Okay. So if you know anything about American Apparel, you know like kind of you know the prestige and the cool thing that people don't really know about when you work there is the kind of people that you meet when you're working there. You know what I mean? So like those people will be like, yo, dubstep is the hottest thing that's gonna break. And they've been telling me this. Like,
that's what my uncle tells me. Like
it's like 5 years ago. They're telling me this like a while ago, and it just so happens that like you know slowly but surely that kind of music starts to pop. Yeah. And like those kids just have like such a foresight, you know, for what's gonna be hot. You know what I mean? And I just got submerged in the culture. From there, I joined a band, and you know, when you asked me if it was authentic, like I actually joined the actual rock band and we did all the shows. So I was playing with heavy metal bands. You know what I mean? Like playing on nights where it's like, okay, cool, and here's the random black guy. It's like I actually really submerged myself like in the rock culture.
So you came from a hip hop background, like you went to listen to rap kind of growing up. Is that true?
Well, when I was growing up, it was like, you know, my mom never really allowed me to listen to hip hop. So I got my consumption of hip hop when I would go buy like a cassette, and I'd stick, you know, my headphones in, and she couldn't hear the rap music. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then when I was playing music in the house, it'd be a lot more, you know, pop vibe and stuff. So she wouldn't be like, "Look, what are you doing?" You know what I mean? So it was one of those things, and yeah, like I'm still a big fan of hip hop. Like that's my love.
Yeah.
But it just so happens that I personally make the type of music that I make.
Okay.
You know.
So when you made the transition into rock, was it singing? You're doing singing rock or like rap rock?
Yeah, it's obviously gonna come from the hip hop thing.
Yeah.
As I said before, like the main reason for me doing the music I did was for me to upgrade hip hop.
Yeah.
Like that's the goal.
That's
you know, that was the goal for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to take just the music somewhere. And from there, you know, I guess people classify it how they classify it. But, you know, my main goal was for me to just upgrade the music coming from Canada and Mississauga and Toronto.
That's dope, man. Cause like, yeah, I feel like, yeah, you represent like a dude from Mississauga really well.
Yeah, I say Mississauga. When people ask me, like, where you from, I actually say Mississauga. Like, a lot of people say Toronto, but I'm a kid from Mississauga. Like,
So like, how do you see the audience differ from that of like a hip hop crowd to that of like more of a rock crowd?
It's night and day, especially coming from Canada. Like, you know, I'm friends with this one band named Il Scarlet, and the first time I actually really got to see the rock side of Canada was when I went out to their show. You know what I mean? And coming from a hip hop background, I'm sure Era knows too. Like, we've done probably all the big shows that the city pretty much has to offer. You know what I mean? And you know, those shows are great. But when you go to the rock crowd, I'm talking like Il Scarlet. You guys probably never even heard of Il Scarlet, but they sold out the Sound Academy. I'm talking like a lineup. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do that as a rap artist coming from this country. You need a huge buzz. You know what I mean?
Like they're like not signed or anything.
No, they're signed. But I mean, like, they're not like Kings of Leon.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They're not commercial.
No, they're not. You know, and they have a huge following. And like, there's so many bands that come into town all the time and just have like a huge following. So when I seen that, I was like, wow, there's actual fans in Canada. Because for me, that was kind of weird before. You know.
Now, in terms of your writing skills and stuff, how did that apply to what you were doing in terms of switching from hip hop going into the rock scene?
It was pretty easy because what most people don't know, like what I do for full time, like I'm a full-time songwriter. You know what I mean? So for me to just write songs for myself, it was so much easier. I was like, finally, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of work that I had to do as well, like, you know, going to vocal lessons and really just trying to get my voice to where it really could be. So like when you hear it, you're like, okay, cool, you know, I really messed with this, you know? So it wasn't really too hard, man. Like I write songs every day. It takes like, hit records come in like 10 minutes, you know, so it wasn't really too hard, you know.
Most definitely. Of course, you said you went to vocal lessons and stuff. Some people don't understand how important vocal lessons are. Please explain that, man. Let them know how important it is.
I was fighting it at first, you know, my manager was like, you gotta go, man, and I was like, no, I need vocal lessons for it, like, you know, but you actually really do. Like, if you're a real artist, you know what I mean, like, you have to wake up and study your craft every single day. You know what I mean? If you claim to be an artist, you can't go a day without rapping. If you're a basketball player, you can't go a day without dribbling basketball. And the same thing for singing and acting and whatever you do in your respective field. You know what I mean? So you got to do it every single day. And I recommend any artist to do it. You know, I'm still going to do it. I'm going to do it for the rest of my life.
Most definitely. Of course, you have your very own recording studio.
Yes.
How
beneficial is that?
It's very necessary, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes when I was younger, you ran into the situation where, like, I write a hot song, and as an artist, when you write something, you have that, like, at least for me, I feel like that jittery feeling where I gotta record it right away, and you gotta call the engineer, and then, you know, he might be booked up or busy, and you run through so many hassles. So with my home studio, I'm able to record it 24/7.
And your voice is ready, like,
whenever I want, you know, and it allows you to be hands-on, and you don't really gotta wait for anyone. And that's really good as an artist. You should really know how to record yourself and do your thing.
Have you ever had to fight complacency because it's there, it's available to you, and you're just like, I don't feel like doing it today?
Of course. Sometimes you kind of, you know, take a break from doing it, but this is what I do. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm at it 24/7. There's no breaks for me. Right now, I'm taking a break because I recorded my album for like the last 2 years. But other than that, like, I'm at it every single day.
Okay, most definitely.
So as part of Foundation, you guys worked a lot with Tone Mason.
Yes.
And currently you still work with Tone Mason.
Yes, like I still do. I'm going to work with Tone Mason tonight, actually.
What is it about their sound that has kept you, I say, work with them over the years from your whole hip hop transition to currently now?
I don't want to downplay, and I'm really close with a lot of producers. So, but Tone Mason is just, they're a collective. So there's 4 of them actually, but no one can really touch their sound. You know, for me, I just think that they just come with something crazy, and they're all about quality control. You know, so like a lot of times I'll write stuff for other producers, and they'll be like, yo, that's the craziest thing ever. And Tone Mason's one of the only guys who are like, nah, you gotta rewrite that, or you gotta rewrite the verse here, or you gotta rewrite the pre-chorus. And it's just something about their music that just captivates you. You know what I mean? I think they were one of the first producers to really have that, like, States sound, quote unquote, you know, before a lot of people were kind of picking up on the quality of your beats, you know what I mean? They were like the first guys to really have it, so know, I work with them, and just because they're the best, you know, coming from this country.
Sure, for sure. And of course, speak about your new album that you got here. You're working on that right now?
Yeah, I just actually wrapped it up. I'm going in with Tone Mason, Speak of the Devil, to record the last song tonight. And I've been working on this album for the past 2 years. It's called Telepathy.
Okay.
And I just wrapped it up. It's like 11 songs. Pretty much just capturing my whole entire life from high school to now, to where I currently am at.
Okay.
How many songs you do?
How much did I record?
Yeah.
Ideas?
Just
honestly,
curiosity.
I did like 65 records.
Oh.
Okay.
So I did like 65 songs for the project. I'm putting out an EP just because I recorded so much material called Lincoln High.
Okay.
It's gonna be free just for download because people, you know, I just want people to get a feel for the music.
Right.
And,
How do you feel about that, putting out for free after you've worked on it for 2 years?
I think it's good.
Is this a means to another end? Is that what you're doing?
No, I think it's good. Like, you know, a lot of artists get like, you can't be an artist if no one hears your music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for me, I didn't want to be, you know, and it's just one of those things, especially the day and age we live in now. You know, before people got excited off of just hearing a single. You know, now people get excited off of hearing a bulk of work, and then they want to go pick up the record. So, you know, it's something that I want to give away. I work so hard on it, and I want to give it to you guys for free so you guys can enjoy it. So, you know.
Okay.
Do you have a concept for the album?
For the album, yeah, there's a lot of visuals that go along. The main thing was just
What is the concept like?
Well, the main thing is just letting the music speak for itself.
Okay.
So that's where the word Telepathy kind of came from.
Right.
And Lincoln High is just all the music that didn't make the album, just kind of capturing my high school life.
Okay.